person later.
I think he's the next one to get shot at the dance or something.
You know, I got that odd.
Deservedly.
Knocked it out, shackled it, and shoved it in my shuttle. Gotta say, trying to pilot with that thing growling behind you, not my idea of fun.
Ah. Two sort of invisible guys. Lizard. Whatever creatures they are. In Starfield, after you basically have become God, you get quests like steal the recipe from the team sommelier. Lol. Yeah, it's always like that in the games. They give you superpowers and then all the quests are make me a cup of tea or I won't help you. If a game does well, it tries to cloak it in you know, making you stay humble. Team Wrinkle Manager.
Make a bet on Wrinkle.
Oh, the team is named Wrinkle. I thought he's the guy who manages the Wrinkle for a team.
Hey, wanna bet on Team Wrinkle? Come on, what do you say?
I guess.
Sounds good. I'll bet on Wrinkle.
Okay, it's just 10. Okay. Let's see what happens. I think they're fighting. Can I just interfere? Not that I would know who to get. Do they do anything? Oh, okay. One got the other one.
Well, no refunds.
I guess so. Mine lost.
Nexus, how about you? Elaaden ain't a place for wimps, but it's kicking your human ass. Yeah, ha! No thresher maws on Earth to practice on.
I do okay.
I'd like to see it. Next time we go out looking for fiends, we'll take you.
Thanks. I'll pass. I don't need to prove myself to you.
Oh yeah? Well, what if I say you do?
Tell you what, I'll send vids, assuming your overconfident hide is still around to watch them.
Ha! That's right. You're gonna get stomped one day, Kenar. Everyone knows it. Got what it takes to be a winner?
Okay.
You see that worm? No one can land a scratch on it.
Which worm? Okay, there's the guy we want to talk to. First, let's get some reading in. Notice social interactions. Alright, everyone. Most of you are used to either gender-segregated camps back on Tuchanka or mostly male mercenary work off-world. But now we're all together, and it's time for us to make the most of this problemtunity. With females sending breeding requests and males asking many questions about fertility, we've had some good dialogue so far, and in most cases everyone has already recovered from their injuries. To that end, we've added some mandatory cultural education. Blasto 6, Partners in Crime. Notice Blasto and Blasto's partner's sister agreeing to engage in mating rituals. Blasto's partner does not attempt to assert authority over his sister or shoot Blasto for mating with his sister without permission. Fleet and Flotilla. Blasto, by the way, is like kind of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger prestige, kind of like an action hero in the original trilogy. And as far as I remember, Blasto is a Hanar, so kind of those squid-like aliens. So, yeah. Fleet and Flotilla. Bellicus. Oh, Fleet and Flotilla is also mentioned in the original trilogy. I think that's a Krogan... Or is that... I think... not Krogan, I mean Turian. So the bird-like guys, like Vetra, our other companion. But I'm trying to remember, is Fleet and Flotilla Turian and Quarian, the spacesuit people? Or is it... I don't know. Bellicus and Chalet are good models for behavior of a couple that is interested in courting despite cultural differences. Do not sing, though. Nobody sings while mating. That's just a thing they do in vids sometimes. I cannot stress that enough. Can't hardly wait. Now I know some of you got offended by having a young Krogan court a human female. But since the vid is literally about a Krogan male trying to learn appropriate courtship behavior, you're all going to shut up and watch it. Also, Vega Bull Jr. does a great job as the human female's father, and he should be made an honorary Krogan. Asari Confessions 26, True Blue couldn't hurt. After that, we recommend that you try some edutainment in the form of one of the dating sim vids available at any kiosk. I can think of few better ways for us all to learn about romance than by playing an interactive game on the subject. Notice, turret upgrades. Did you all see how my turret blew up an entire Kett gunship? I mean, yes, I'm pretty sure you saw it, because apparently the explosion damaged the optic nerves of some males who weren't wearing the safety goggles. Males, the goggles are your friends. Trust the goggles. I'm off to Apex training, but I've left the code, so you can contact me for help if they're killing everything too fast and making the rest of you pyjacks look back. You're all the best Krant a female could ask for. Let's show this galaxy what we can do. Also, keep those IFFs up to date. I installed a behavior algorithm where the turret actually gets happy when it kills things. Like Blood Rage, but for a turret, and I'm pretty sure it works as intended. But you never know. Have fun. Okay. Community New Fathers. Any other males who have kids interested in getting together? Now that we're supposed to raise them along with the females, instead of just visiting, I have a lot of questions. Let's get together with the little ones and figure out how to do this. I guess that's the start to the previous thing we read. And maybe let's keep it safe. No explosive rounds, alright? Contact poster for information on meetup times. No explosive rounds, but like regular ammo is fine, right? Okay. Brink.
Ravenor Brink.
Quiet. Anyone tells Morda I'm talking to you and I'm kicked out.
Spit out what you know and I'll take it from there.
Okay, okay. I said quiet, not rude.
What?
Did you see the crashed ship as you landed? Morda's after the drive core.
Why? That's remnant tech. She can't activate it.
What are you talking about? She's building a bomb.
With the drive core as a power source. Sam?
Dangerous to those handling it, but, in the end, very possible.
Demolition teams have been busting down walls for months, battling those robots and scavengers. Lots here want peace with the Nexus. If Morda gets that drive core, boom, it's over. Now get away from me. Thanks, Brink.
Okay. Adapted Initiative Core Tech. Recovery assigned this device is valuable for its non-standard adaptation of initiative technologies for Helios-specific operation. Field improvised devices leapfrog. Yeah, we've heard that on every other device of this. That was scannable. So I guess that's it. Okay.
Blood threshers, come on. Make a bet.
Okay, they're both down here. Let's bet on these guys. Oh, and I'll salvage while we're at it. Confirm trade. My hope is that we're just, like, that it's just random. I mean, it would be funny if we had, the ability to, oh, wow. It would be funny if we just always lost, I guess. But, I guess it's random. So who won this time?
Blood threshers win the day, again.
Okay. So I guess we got something back. I didn't pay attention how much that netted us.
Trick you haven't got lots of grenades. Not too many. Just enough to daze them. Blow them up too quickly and you have to find another and start over.
It's like dynamite fishing. Okay. Okay, so I guess let's look at the quests. Helios assignments, Elaaden, Rising Tensions. The battle is so long and anonymous as if you could interfere. Would a Krogan interfere, or what would that be? Dishonorable. I was kind of thinking about that as well, but I don't really see... it doesn't seem obvious which one belongs to which team. It's probably worth a try, but I thought about it a bit, but yeah, the question is, does that work? The derelict occurs research. Okay, these all look like side quests now. So let's be a bit careful. And
even the most reckless human isn't going to attack a Krogan outpost. Give it time.
I mean, we've already had a whatever his name was, the falling guy.
I once saw a fight between those things that lasted a week. A week.
Yeah, you can't really tell which one is which. So you might be able to interfere, but it wouldn't... Oh, and I don't think I can draw my weapon here. Oh. Yeah, so I can't interfere.
A week.
Yeah.
I once saw a fight between those things that lasted a week.
Yes, a week. We heard it.
Sorry, Pathfinder. No outsiders in the family quarters.
Oh, cool. I mean, you know, that's just them going, well, they need to have living quarters somewhere, And we don't want to make baby Krogan models just for this one spot. Oh, what's this?
Just stick around. See how it plays out here.
No promises.
I'd love to take down the worm.
Don't be stupid. It's invincible.
Did that ever stop me before?
Injured scout.
So you're the human Pathfinder. You look different from the pictures I saw.
That's a relief. I love my dad, but to be honest, my hair's way nicer.
Your dad? You replaced him as Pathfinder?
It's a long story.
Haven't really kept up with Nexus news. Enough trouble to occupy me here.
Scavengers?
Amongst other things. You seen the Flophouse yet? That's where they get together. 80% shacks, 100% trouble. I'll give you the nav point so you can avoid it. Or not, as you choose.
Tell me more about the Flophouse.
It's a loose collection of shelters where some scavenger gangs gather. They knock each other around, drink, and then when they're all riled up, run raids. And if you get close when they're hungry, well, that's how I lost a liver and gained a limp.
Luckily, Krogan are very redundant, so losing a liver is not as problematic as for a human.
Have you had much trouble with the scavengers at the colony?
Not yet. They're not that stupid. A bunch of squishies against 100-odd Krogan? Give it a little time. Resources run low, they'll get desperate, and who knows?
Thanks. This information will come in handy.
Just trying to help. Be careful out there, Pathfinder.
Okay, so pretty much done.
But those scavengers are roasting out there.
Okay, where does this...
Saw the worm bust straight through an old ship. Not a scratch on it.
Some think it's invincible. Doubt it. Not to a Krogan.
What can I talk to you? Did I already? Oh, yeah, no.
If you head out worm hunting, let me know. I'll plan your funeral.
That's those guys, I guess. Yeah, I think... Is this the exit? Don't think we've been out here yet. Nice music. Guess we can try to get over that
Temperature levels
wall.
are climbing, Pathfinder.
Okay, I guess that's the one we already took. I must have missed the second one. I think that's an invisible wall. Yep, invisible walls. How rude. Is there a outpost thing here? No. Then I guess let's go back. Okay, I think this is where we came in. Of course, Warren couldn't tell.
Bring ahead. We should shake the outlaws loose.
Yep. Okay, let's look. What do we want to do next? Do we want baby Krogan? Where? Yeah, would be nice to have them. But honestly, given how creepy the kids were in, I think it's Mass Effect 3. Well, yeah, there is one in Mass Effect 3 at the least, yeah. So how creepy that kid was, I'm not going to, I'm rather glad if they don't have kids in this game. Okay, Elaaden. Could go to the flop house. We could get the Fiend. Let's find the Krogan research maybe first. Or let's look at the map, I guess. What is the next thing? There's a memory trigger. Okay, let's try that first, I guess. Where is the nomad? Let's see. It's to our right. This
Lots of regret on the Nexus about you guys leaving. Most everyone realizes we're weaker without the Krogan backing us up.
Had to happen. We're done being pushed around.
It wasn't us doing the pushing. That was leadership's mistake.
And the rest of you pay for it the way it always goes, kid.
Oh, and those guys have respawned as well. M3 Predator 4. I think that's a pistol. Yeah, and we have 3s. So let's get rid of the 3s. We even have a Predator 1. Upgrading our weapons is always nice. Okay, and I guess we'll drive over. Not over them. But over
Watch
to
out,
the
crater.
others. Really?
Life support is stable.
Looks like it was combo damage. Thank you, whoever did that. Okay. Don't think there's much loot here. At least we got loot now.
Temperature levels are climbing, Pathfinder. Pathfinder, This area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface. The ambient temperature is normal.
How'd you meet Cash?
A few years ago, I was running with a mercenary band, mostly smuggling work. Nova Force. Ambitious name for a small-time crew. On one of the jobs, I got caught by Kesh. Made a deal. I got her some experimental prototypes out of Terminus. She didn't turn me in. It became a thing. She was always good for jobs. Paid well, and upfront. Credits helped me go independent. But then I got suspicious. All the things she was asking me to get. So I asked. That's when I heard about the initiative.
She brought you on.
Oh yeah. I bought the pitch, like everyone else.
Nice. Wait, which one? We drove past it. So on the right behind us, that one I guess, is the one we really want. Alright, come on. Gehenna.
Look ahead. Scavengers dug into the sand.
There's the point I was looking for.
Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limit.
Sam, another memory trigger?
One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
Companions are good. Did we get all of them? Oh. He said I am down, apparently. Okay.
Grenade!
Okay. I think that was the last one. Okay, loot box. Okay, so what are they doing here?
I detect above normal temperatures.
This equipment is used to extract, purify, and store water. It currently functions at 28% capacity. So I guess this is cool.
Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits. Life support is back online.
Alright.
I detect above normal temperatures.
Okay, I think...
Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits.
Okay, I think we found something nice. I have to say, like, this is kind of... I wish it was a little more satisfying. The way this exploring works. Like, it's nice. I guess this has a leak. What the heck is that over there? I guess it's just heat And a bit of rock, okay. These devices are kind of like, it's nice to be able to find something. It makes things feel more lived in.
You think Kesh lied to you?
Nah, she's not the type. I'm pretty sure none of us really knew what we were getting into. Bamboozled.
Nice word.
Yeah, I learned it from Sid. She's into some weird old human shit.
Good name for a drink. The Bamboozler.
I'd try it.
Well, it's...
That thing's remnant for sure.
Damn it. You interrupted whatever Ryder was about to say. It wasn't there. There. Ah, over there. I see it. Fast travel station landing point.
Automated
Okay.
protocols activated.
So
Deploying
we've got
forward
that
station.
one. And I think... Oh no, there's actually one on the left.
This heat is unbearable.
I detect a considerable temperature drop in shaded areas. Mining zones have been added to your nav system, Pathfinder.
Alright. Let's have another look. Where is to our right? I guess that.
I don't think we'll last much longer in this.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Guess we'll do that then. Let's see what this cave is. Pretty.
Here they come! Reload!
Didn't really want to start a fight. I guess if you get too close, then that's what you get. Oh, but here's the memory point. Okay, so I actually was on the right way, and this wasn't just an interesting shortcut. And a container with another Omniblade and a data pad. Login Pile Athos. Another one. How are these stasis lockers getting off the Ark? Oh, who cares? My people are here. They're alive. That means my clan too. We'll all be back together soon. I suppose it's not technically salvage, since we bought this locker from a freelancer we found wandering out here, pulling a sled full of finds. A strange fellow. Human, but always wears a breather mask or helmet, even in atmosphere. He says his name is Baxter, I think. It's hard to tell when he mutters. Marcus says we could use more help. Caitlin doesn't want to keep Baxter around, but Marcus says he can butter her up. Dairy products now? Mammalian courtship is so odd.
The locker contains personal items. It is registered to the Parchero.
Parchero? This is from the Solarian Ark.
So they're here.
It looks like a salvage team is hunting down these lockers, meaning there's more. The Solarians are out there somewhere.
Okay. I guess that guy got killed. Hopefully just by the wildlife and not a betrayal by this Baxter or something.
Andromeda plant sample detected nearby.
Oh, and a fiend. Maybe don't let him acid me up too much. Okay. Of course they had to put some combat in between me and the memory point. Memory trigger, whatever.
Sam, another memory prompt?
One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
Heliosflora. Though not poisonous, this mildly psychoactive mushroom has valuable medicinal properties. Extracted agents could be used to enhance Medigel's pain-reducing capabilities. Okay. Nom, 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 nom. Alright, so I guess we've collected everything. And this is where we came from. What's here? I like him. He's happy when he shoots or fights people. It doesn't look like there's anything left here. Okay. So I guess we're going back out to the car.
Heat levels increasing. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
You ever need a shoulder to lean on, I can, ask around.
Got a box of spares somewhere?
You know it.
Okay, what do we have here? Here's research. And what's this? Oh, that's the field habitat. Okay, so I guess we just killed the fiend instead of, or at least one of them. So let's go there, and then hopefully he'll have respawned. Alright.
Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters.
Those are some pretty crazy rock formations.
Yeah, kind of nice. That's also a good thing to do, to go to the map and go like, what's the nicest spots? And then record voice lines for your characters. I guess that's... Yep.
We've reached the levels are provided by Pathfinder R. The Krogan terminal should be nearby.
Okay, eyes peeled, everyone. Let's get in and get out.
Okay. Why is there a terminal with a skull over it?
The ambient temperature is normal. This is the active terminal. Initiating download.
Of course we have to defend it. Yep. Thank you.
Reinforcements.
How's it going, Sam? Come on, come on! How big are those files?
Unreasonably large. Also, this terminal holds 15 exabytes of data, and I have no way to gauge what is important.
Damn! Should have thought of that.
Heal. Yes, please.
Giving it everything I got.
Did we get everyone? Looking... No. There seems to be someone left. But I think we can return now.
Temperature levels are climbing, Pathfinder.
Just a wild animal nearby. Wild, even. Oh, thanks for your donation. Assault rifle stuck. 4. Can we go back in the shadow?
The ambient temperature is normal.
Okay. I guess we'll have to... assault rifle mods. Receiver, AR scope 3. Stock 1. Let's just cancel this one. Alright. That should be enough. Wait. Here. Oh. Is there something to scan here? Nope. They use the same beep sound. Ah. Oversized dog-like creature trained and used by outlaws to rush at enemies. Okay. think. Let's see if there's any loot left over here. A bunch more credits. Good. Is it this machine? I wonder if it's the drone that goes beep beep. I mean, this beep beep, I know that it's you. But the other one. Well, I guess we're good.
Temperature levels are climbing, Pathfinder.
Okay, let's see. Map. What else? I would have to go. I think this is New Tuchanka. And what is this? That's the Fiend Habitat, alright. So I guess we'll go back there and try that quest. Wait, first maybe save. I don't know if it makes a difference.
The ambient temperature is normal. I detect above normal temperatures.
I'm glad that they didn't go with the Nomad, that they didn't go, you have like 4 mod slots and have to equip something in them. Okay, it's not quite the same spot. Whoop.
Behind you!
Ugh. Hi, Fiend. What are we supposed to... Oh, we're supposed to take him over there, right? So let's see if we can do that.
That's it. Shaman will handle the rest.
Okay. I guess we just had to do a bit of damage. Okay. I guess that works too. And then I guess we can return to New Tuchanka and hand in our 2 quests. Terminal activate. Combat activate loadout. Okay, let's go from here. Here. Space is fast travel. Okay. Oh, hi Air Galaxy. Didn't see you there. Hi, thank you for the raid. I'm just picking up some beasts to fight against.
Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits.
And handing in a few quests. Let's see if we can watch when they
believe the terminal
do the
has
beast
gone
thing.
missing. Thank you for bringing me the data. Now I can continue the work of Dr. O'Keir. The Krogan will be great again.
Okay, let me know how that goes.
Okay. I guess we've helped him. And now return to the shaman, who is... I guess over there somewhere we have to go through. Hi, by the way, Air Galaxy, not sure if you're still here, or if I took too long. How's it going? How did your stream go? Let's see if I can give you a shout out. Okay, I get a lot of info, but I don't. 00N7? Who? What did you play?
Damn, look
Was
at
there?
this guy. So big.
Yeah, the sky's big, that's true.
Someone get this Nexus trash.
The shout out through the bot sadly still doesn't work, so we just have your name. Oh. An airplane model for our ship. Okay, let's see. Do we get to
Pathfinder,
fight someone?
You're back.
I set the lure. We should be in business.
Good. I already filled Varka in.
I don't like it, but I won't back down from a challenge.
Gren's another story. He refuses to fight with Varka.
A Krogan wouldn't run away from a fight. There has to be more to this.
He's a coward. Knows I'm the better warrior. Doesn't want to look bad.
You want to try reasoning with him? I don't think he'll listen to an outsider, but it's worth a shot.
Okay, couldn't have been so easy. Somehow I have the feeling, I mean, I guess if we're lucky, we get to fight the beast with them. Wouldn't that be nice?
It's Gren, isn't it? I'm the Pathfinder. There's a rite of union waiting for you.
I told Kordic, and now I'm telling you, I won't do it.
Varka already agreed to the rite.
Don't care. I'm not fighting with that arrogant sack of rocks.
Help me out here, Drac?
Kid, you have two choices. Charge into that arena, or listen to Varka call you a quadless coward for the rest of your life. So you're ganging up on me too? Any chance you'll just give up and leave me alone?
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't important.
Yeah. Fine. If it gets everyone off my back, I'll perform the rite. But I don't trust Varka to fight fair. The second that fiend is dead, she'll gun for me. I need a third party to keep her in check. Someone neutral, like a Pathfinder.
Me?
That's right. I don't fight unless you do.
What about my squad?
No squad. Just you, me, and Varka.
Guess I don't have much of a choice.
Okay. I guess we're, yeah, we're doing this. This might be a bit of a challenge if I don't have my companions with me.
Pathfinder, turns out that fiend you lured was female. Brought two males with her.
You gotta be kidding.
Now this is a fight.
Okay. Oh.
Enemies!
Really? But I have my drone, don't I? So let's see. You have lower health. So let's go for you first. Was my ammo? Okay.
We've got targets!
Guess that's the big one. Ooh. Jeez. Peter is not gonna be happy about this. Or Peta. Okay. Three feet.
You're a tough one, Varka. Couple of those bites should have killed you.
Almost did. Your quick shooting saved my hide.
Yeah, well.
Was that a compliment I heard?
Don't look so smug.
You're pretty impressive yourself, Pathfinder.
Too bad you're not Krogan. You'd make a good warlord.
Warlord Ryder does have a nice ring to it.
Ha ha! Spoken like a Krogan.
Okay, that was fun.
Been working on those pointers you gave me.
It shows.
Anything here? No, we've already got all of these. So that was nice. Alright, let's see. Do we have anything we can quickly do on Elaaden? Investigate the flop house. That sounds like something for next time. Scavenger camp, maybe. Maybe let's go back out and see. Wait. Save.
Damn exile scraps won't hold together for another week.
This is the other exit. We didn't want to go out there. This one maybe?
You're saying if he killed the worm.
I love you enough. Don't get foolish ideas in that head of yours.
Aww. Okay.
Just stick around. See how it plays out.
Feel like we can finally relax.
It's kind of cool that we have the Krogan here going like, oh, this is a vacation, and everyone else is going like, this place is a catastrophe.
We'd have known what would take over.
Someone was placing it ground.
Temperature levels are climbing, Pathfinder.
Hey, I think someone talked about us. Can we hear that?
Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters.
No, Sam, not you. Oh, my lamp is still on. Weird. Guess that might be slightly bugged, but I guess...
Temperature levels are climbing, Pathfinder. Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters.
They said something about 3 fiends, so that was definitely about us. I like that when they, in the games, reference something you did. Even if it's, you know, just something main story that everyone did, but it just feels better if you make progress and it actually goes and notices that progress was made. Okay, we actually want in the opposite direction. It looks like we can drive
Sid gets
past
me
it.
so frustrated. I try to be firm. She pushes back. I lay down the law. She pushes some more.
See, that's your problem. Kids need boundaries, sure, but they also want to know you're not the enemy.
Our dad would not have agreed with you.
Your dad sounds like a piece of work. Special ops, right?
Yeah, something like that. You never went into details.
Disappeared.
Yeah.
I know the type.
You know the type. Okay, which way to get there? I guess going past on the right should be possible. Okay, what's this? Yeah, I think it's on the back of that hill somewhere, which might be a little more difficult to get to.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources.
Oh,
You
wow,
can extract
yeah.
minerals via your mining interface.
That's a lot of iron. get up there? Getting up there easily. Let's see what happens if you drive around.
Heat levels increasing. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Another memory trigger?
One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
Alright. I think we're still in the... yeah. Still in the circle of that mining thing. That's stupid. If I've already put down mining, then why are they telling me, hey, you can mine here? That's a nice view.
Drac, how come you like me? We Turians haven't exactly treated Krogan very well.
You aren't like most Turians, Petra. You know what it's like to hurt a little.
I haven't taken half the shots you have. Still have all my limbs.
Give it time.
Pathfinder, that canister is volatile. Shooting it will trigger a reaction.
Maybe not with the car right next to it, but...
Pathfinder, a tracking signal was attached to that canister.
Why?
Unknown. The signal is defunct. There may be more at other scavenger sites.
Okay, so this sounds like... well, okay. I guess that's another fetch quest to fetch. And I think... well, I think we had something to do back at the Nexus. So let's do that. Let's go to the car and extract to the Tempest and see what we can do at the Nexus, and then we'll call it a day.
Imperial's been asking if you can come by.
You have new email at your terminal, Pathfinder.
Okay. We got email from Drac. Hey kid, now that we've got the transport back, maybe let's take a load off. Swing by Krala's Song next time we're in Kadara Port. The bartender's getting to be a friend of mine. She'll mix you up something that'll strip paint. Read data from Sam. Read Dr. O'Keir. Analysis of information downloaded from Dr. Ganar's terminal. Notes from Dr. O'Keir. Decrypted. Summary of findings. Adjustment of retrovirus in last batch of soldiers resulted in a success ratio of only 8%. This is unsatisfactory. I smashed many tanks in my fury. I'll start again. I'm committed to creating perfection. The perfect Krogan, a super soldier beyond belief. Someone named Dr. Ganar contacted me to consult on potential cures for the genophage. I sent him away. Why dabble in mediocrity when we can aim for brilliance? Okay. That Ganar doesn't seem to be seem to have been very popular. Okay, so I guess if we talk to Gil, that's over there. Vetra have anything to say? Probably not if she's not.
Hey, Ryder.
Yep.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
Oh. Where? Where was that? Here, Pajak. No. Okay. Here, Pajak. Blah. The echo in the headphones is getting to be so long that it confuses me again. I can't even say Pajak easily. Because at the point I say some of the sounds, other sounds come out in the headphones. Okay, maybe it was in the main room where the Nomad is parked. Yeah, seems he's in here somewhere. Can't see him though. Oh. Did something. Ah, you're still here.
Be careful around the ship, okay?
You ate half our chocolate supply. Do you have any idea what I could have traded for that?
Hi there. You must be the one eating all our cereal. No poison glands or claws, nothing on scans. You're probably only a risk to leftovers. You know, Pathfinders are supposed to catalog all new life forms. I should find you somewhere safer than our cargo bay.
So you can keep it as your pet, or you can release it off-world. I guess that's what we're doing now.
We'll find you a world with lots of plants and let you go. How about that?
Introduce an
Guess everybody
invasive...
around here needs a home.
Let's introduce an invasive species into another planet. Won't that be great? Come on, here's the stairs. orders. Okay, I guess let's talk to Gil and then go to the Nexus.
Gil, here's that Ket transponder. The spy used it to get his orders.
What do we need from it?
The location it points to should give us a fix on the Archon ship.
Right.
Think you can figure it out?
I've been looking over the care tech we found so far. It may be a different galaxy, but physics still applies. Only so many ways of communicating across space. There. Give it a shot.
Did you connect the...
Shit, turn it off. Careful. That is a direct line to people who want to murder everyone on this ship.
Sam?
I have the coordinates. The signal points to the Tafino system.
We sure we want to do this?
I don't know. Sometimes I think we're in over our head.
Sometimes?
Here's our chance to find out.
Okay, we even got some main plot progression. Alright, PB wants us to seek out the Remov system. Okay. So let's go to the Nexus, because I think there were some things we were supposed to do there. And we'll probably see them on the map. Although I guess I could have a look here on the map. If there's anything quest-like here. I don't think so. Okay. Okay. System view. Where is Nexus? Here. We shall see. Docking bay, and at the least we should be able to complete Drax's quest here and see what happens. I'm kind of hoping we get to drop Spender out of a window or something. You know, kind of like an open door policy, have an open airlock policy.
I would like to welcome our Asari pilgrims to the Nexus. You've had a long journey, but we're thrilled that Ark Lucinia has finally arrived. We ask for patience as we find homes for everyone. To those who doubted the future, the proof stands before you. The Asari live, and so does the dream. Ah. There's the hero who made it possible, Pathfinder Ryder. Do you have any words for us?
What would or did I say?
It didn't go as cleanly as I'd hoped, but I guess nothing comes easy.
Indeed, which only highlights the value of perseverance, a quality I champion myself. We all owe Ryder a debt of gratitude. In the meantime, please enjoy whatever comforts the Nexus can offer a weary traveler.
Excuse me. You're the one who saved us?
I am.
I owe you everything. If it hadn't been for you, I'd be dead.
We all would. Now we have a future.
Just don't let your guard down. We're in the wilderness here. We can tame it, but it will fight back.
Wait till it meets the Asari.
That was the end of the Asari quest.
When I'm not looking, it never ends.
Okay, but I guess we've done that as well.
Enough. Look, this isn't going to work.
So let's look on the map. What things do we have to do? What's this? That's somewhere.
Give me another chance.
No.
We're constantly striving to make life on the Nexus more enjoyable for all lives. I'm Jan Garson, founder of the initiative.
Pathfinder Ryder.
Here for improvement. If you have any suggestions, don't hesitate to share minutes going through immigration processing.
I stopped an unauthorized shipment to Kadara. Important stuff. Rations, tools, power cells, you name it. Corresponds with inventory discrepancies. Someone's stealing and storing supplies around Nexus and Hyperion for delivery to the exiles. If you could keep an eye out for suspicious or out-of-place packages, I'd appreciate it.
I'll see what I can do.
Great. Stolen supplies haven't been processed for release, so Sam should be able to detect them.
Okay. So I guess that's Spender's stuff.
Next. Congratulations on making it to the Nexus, Jamie.
Hi, I'm Jan Garson, founder of the
Let me
initiative.
just check your medical
Welcome
scan.
to the Nexus.
So,
We
all
ask
our
that you
belongings
spend
were
a
lost
few
in the
short
cat
minutes
attacks?
going through immigration
My daughters
processing,
don't have clean clothes.
then we'll have you on
Not
your
even
way.
a toothbrush. I don't have credits, or
We have emergency care packages available.
will there be enough for the four of us? I can work. I just
Give your name in the waiting area. Every department on the Nexus is shorthanded.
I hope so. I mean,
Hi, I'm Jan Garson, founder of the initiative. Welcome to the Nexus.
I hope so. I mean, thanks.
We ask that you spend a few short minutes going through immigration processing, then we'll have you on your way.
Ooh, what was that?
Pathfinder, this is Nexus Control. I've decrypted the scrambler you found, sending you the information now.
Good job. Pathfinder out. Sam?
Received, Pathfinder. The scrambler contains all the evidence necessary to incriminate Spender.
Cool. So maybe we can kick his butt.
Interesting place, isn't it? Full of smiles and handshakes. Not many soldiers. Even though when politicians make peace, it's we soldiers who keep it.
Politicians get nervous when you hold anything more explosive than a rotten egg.
You've seen this too. The military life echoes everywhere. But names. I know you, Pathfinder. I am Andromeda, a Heskal with the Resistance.
A Hescarl?
Centuries ago, Heskal were special forces. We defended colonies, passing our training down via oral history. Few remember us today. I came to learn what the Milky Way knows of such things. I heard your father was part of a similar program. an N7.
What have you learned about the N7 program?
Human soldiers who trained on exotic worlds. Arcturus, Europa, Rio de Janeiro. They learn to fight in all environments on little food or sleep, to care for their injured, to lead. Is that accurate? Wasn't your father one of them?
He was, although things soured when he began AI research. Didn't stop him teaching me and my brother a few tricks.
So, you carry a little of that knowledge with you, as well as your Pathfinder skills. N7 training would benefit my people. Heskal training would benefit yours. Perhaps a few war games. Show me how your skills handle the tests of a Heskal recruit. Challenge yourself and teach me.
Is that something I'll have to do now?
A chance to work with the Angaran best of the best? Absolutely.
Excellent. I'll activate our training beacons. Finding them can be your first test. After that, I look forward to learning.
Okay. Okay.
The Nexus is a place of friendship and cooperation. We're glad
So
you could visit.
I'll do that later, I guess. Good.
Pathfinder, thank you for arranging my access to the cultural center. There's so much to study here. It would take a lifetime.
There's thousands of years of history before humans even arrive on the scene.
That would be a nice full-time job.
But you've already got one.
Don't hesitate to speak with one of our friendly peace ambassadors. They're happy to answer any questions you may have and eager to learn more about your own culture.
This is an outpost for Milky Way colonists arriving in your galaxy. They come seeking a fresh start in Andromeda, yearning only for a land they can call home. If you encounter an outpost, feel free to drop by and say hello. Your new neighbors are eager to make friends.
We hope you'll enjoy learning about the rich diversity.
This is Ark Hyperion, one of several ships that made the long voyage from the Milky Way galaxy to Andromeda. The thousands of colonists aboard have come in peace, united by their dream of a better life in your beautiful galaxy. You need not fear their arrival. We are all citizens of the universe, eager to be your friend.
Hello there. I'm a human being. If you'd like to know more about my people, just ask.
Why do Asari look so similar? Actually, a nice idea. They can tell each other apart and humans just miss the alien features. Yeah, I wish it was that. The real reason is that they basically, you know, they had to budget the characters. And so they made, like, you know, they make face models, like basic basic models, and then they do the you can modify them a little by like adjusting a few values, but there's always a base face and a base body, I guess, but I think the bodies are shared between almost everyone. I guess the Angara have different bodies.
Maybe later.
Don't be shy. Humans are. We'd love to get to know you.
And so I think they basically have two Asari face models. The one of Lexi and another one. And then they, you know, skew and stretch them a little to make them look different. So a lot of them look very similar. Oh, and of course they can like change colors a little bit as well.
Welcome to the cultural Pathfinder. I'm glad you could stop by.
What goes on here?
The Cultural Center is a place where new races we've met can visit and exchange ideas. They can learn more about the Milky Way species, while we foster an air of cooperation and understanding. You've already brought us our first visitors by making contact with the Angara.
How did you get this job?
I was a sociologist in the Milky Way. While there were plenty of cultures to study, the books on them had all been written. There was nothing new I could add. So when I heard about the initiative, I signed up right away. The idea of meeting new people, seeing how they've evolved, adapted to life's challenges, I couldn't resist.
Have you heard anything about the Ket?
Unfortunately, yes. Now, that's a species we won't be inviting here anytime soon. I'd hoped our encounters would be peaceful, but I suppose that was too much to ask.
What do you think of the Angara?
I'm thrilled to meet a new culture. They're cautious, but I understand why. If someone showed up on our doorstep in the Milky Way, we'd be skeptical too. I hope we can win them over, cement a friendship. I suppose that's on you, Pathfinder.
Thanks.
Of course. In the meantime, have a look around. And when you have a second, check back with me on a favor I'd like to ask. Welcome to the Nexus. Pathfinder, do you have a moment? We, need to explain you.
Explain me?
Our new VI over there is meant to describe the role of our Pathfinders, but it just lost all its settings in a crash. If you could fix them, that would really help us out. Just talk to the VI, and it'll do the rest.
Thanks.
Of course.
Don't hesitate to speak with one of our friendly peace ambassadors. They're happy to answer any questions.
Okay, I guess that's a quest that I can do now that I've picked it up. Okay. Whee! Okay. Let's see, did we get any other quests? Embezzlement. Oh, that's the supplies. Okay. We can do that another time. Protesters, we've been avoiding that so far. Take the Gadara sample back to the vortex. I guess we can do that.
Hey, did you catch your latest delivery?
Tell our leader.
Pathfinder Ryder, I need to know something from you.
I'm sorry, I can't tell you where all your textures went. Or your lighting, I don't know, UV map or whatever.
Shoot.
You've been to Gadara. You've seen the XRs there. They used to be with us. Friends, family, co-workers. A lot of us worry about them. We hear it's chaos, but it's dog-eat-dog.
It's hard living. They have to watch their backs and do whatever it takes to survive.
So scary. Despite what happened, my heart goes out to them. Thank you for taking the time. Oh, it's you.
Interesting. Thanks, Pathfinder.
We're having cocktails
Did I?
Welcome back. Welcome to the Vortex.
Okay, she's just getting stuff. So you've given her everything already?
You're bribing them, aren't you?
Let's see
Opens on the Nexus.
what that quest was.
As a sign of civility.
I didn't check if I have the right one
As more sleepers wake,
on my list right now, but I guess we'll see.
is HNS.
Oh, that's the supplies quest. Found hops. Milky Way hops. And
These are stolen supplies. I'll alert the dock manager.
this container houses unprocessed supplies, hazard gear and clothing marked as contaminated and slated for disposal by way of slow decay orbit into a local star. Scan reveals no contamination. Okay. And I guess that's another thing for the vortex. What's this? Oh. Okay, that's a side quest we can do another time. I guess we can do the memories. While we're here. That might be a nice finisher. Although I wanted to finish Drax's quest, but we've picked up a lot of these
Ryder,
as well.
one of your father's memories is available.
Let's see it.
This memory is of a family gathering on Earth.
Finally, the Ryder clan in one room. It feels like it's been years since we were together.
Or more.
Well, I'll take whatever I can get. I've missed you too.
How are you feeling, Mom?
No, we're not doing that. There's only one rule for this visit. No talking about me. I'm fine. And when I'm not, the pills help. Deal?
Okay.
Good. Let's talk about something else. Alec? Really?
Well, you're both looking taller.
Yeah, Dad, that does tend to happen.
Right, I know. So, I heard the Alliance has a new Mako in the works.
Yeah, word is they can airdrop this one from a ship.
I know. They're saying we might get one on our next expedition.
You still poking around the Attican Traverse?
It's amazing. We think we might have found a Prothean site. No artifacts yet, but we're still digging.
I remember the day they found the first ruins on Mars. Changed my life. We knew for sure that aliens were real. We just had to go find them.
Yes, every day I wake up, I'm looking at a Mass Effect relay, and I keep thinking, what's on the other side?
Don't lose that. The minute you stop wondering what's beyond the mountain, you die a little inside.
No chance of that. It's in our blood. You infected us.
What was it like, Dad? When you went through that first relay?
Don't believe the stories. The Charon relay scared the shit out of us. Admiral Grissom included. Why don't we go have this dinner your mom's been slaving over all day? I'll tell you all about it.
I remember that. Mom complained the Ryder clan was never in the same room at the same time.
Odd, considering you were family.
That's all you need to know. Dad wasn't much fun to hang around with. The awkward silences could last for hours.
Yet you shared a common interest.
Yeah, good or bad, your parents rub off on you.
A form of symbiosis?
Sure, I suppose. Though not always beneficial.
It gave rise to you.
Jury's still out on that.
Nevertheless, the emotional bonds among family became clear to me that day. I detect additional memories, but they are currently logged. They may yet hold answers.
Okay, I'll keep working on it. That's all for now.
Of course.
Okay, I guess... That's this. if there's something
Your father's
new in the
personal
archive.
logs.
Huh.
That log is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it.
Oh, okay.
That log is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it.
Alright. So I guess we didn't get told about that. Because there's nothing new yet. Okay.
Pathfinder, I hear the Angaran planet Aya is a paradise. We finally found a lush world. When do we start moving in?
In good time. As we become better friends, hopefully we'll all share more and more. But we need to find lush planets of our own. For all of us.
True. But hey, at least now we know one exists, right? I know you'll do it. Keep up the good work, Pathfinder.
Okay. Allies and relationships. Where is Drek? I've already read his mail, didn't I? Ah. This one. I think. Let's see where we have to go for that. If that's back on the ship. I think the idea behind these security guys is that they're supposed to be taking a break, you know, from standing. But it looks so ridiculous that they're doing the gesture too much. I think.
I'm sorry, Lana. They're just trying to boost our morale.
Pathfinder, maybe you can clear this up.
How can I help?
My friend Jory was on Eos the first go-round, barely survived. Now they want him to go back.
They're saying the conditions are improved, that it's safe now, is it?
I mean, I would have said it's safe last time because I fixed it, but
We'll be dealing with threats on Eos for a while. If you're still recovering from your experiences, best stay on Nexus.
You see, Lana? I told you. Thank you, Pathfinder. I'll do that.
I'm so screwing up everything by giving the answers I've not given. Unscrambled exchange. Spender. I armed you, gave Calyx the chance he needed to take down Tan. What have you done for me? Atau, I covered your tracks? You made Calyx think you were with us. But you were the one who woke up Morda. We both know you were hedging your bets. Making sure we saw you as an ally if we actually did take the Nexus. I didn't choose to wake up Morda, they made me. If I went to your boss with what I've seen, you'd be out of a job. Hell, you'd be in jail or out here with us. So this is blackmail then? Smart. You'll get your supplies, Arowan. Just know I'm saving this conversation. So am I. Okay, so that Atau Aron, I guess. So am I. Okay.
Drac will want to see this.
Okay.
Asari colonists are incoming.
Psst, Pathfinder Ryder.
Hi, Wilma.
What's going on? Why are you whispering?
I'm planning a surprise for Superintendent Kesh. She's always complaining that our stock of spirits is tame.
I hear Kadara Port is famous for bizarre homebrews. Supposedly pack a powerful punch. Hoping you can pick some up and keep it quiet.
You do know Krogan have super hearing, right?
What? Shit. Oops. Hope you can find something. Mom's the word.
Also,
I'll
the
worry
door was
about
open.
this place if the Ket find you.
Then we defend the station. It's all we can do here. You just keep the Pathfinder safe and the Ket busy. And be careful out there. I only have one of you.
Ket, Spender is at it again.
Did you tell him I was coming down to check on you?
He still won't leave me alone. He's pretending to inspect my work.
Right. Cycling airlocks 56B and 57B now.
That worked. He's leaving. Thank you.
I guess they scared him because, like, the airlocks are doing something and he's going like, oh, I might end up spaced.
We've got everything we need on Spender.
I've been waiting for this moment for nearly a year. Ready?
Yep.
Let's go confront Spender.
Be nice to bring his head back to Morda on a pike, you know, as a gift.
I'm seriously tempted to let you do that.
You better not be joking, because I absolutely will.
I didn't have a choice. Aron said they'd kill me.
You helped the mutineers, Spender. That was a choice right there.
All you had to do was ask for help. Instead, you put everyone else at risk to save yourself.
Please, incriminate yourself further. Tell us everything they made you do.
What do you know, Pathfinder? You weren't there during the mutiny.
You're done now, buddy, and with any luck, they'll give you to me.
Everything the Pathfinder's saying is true. Here's the proof.
A scrambler packed with logs and credit transfers to exiles.
This has been going on since the mutiny. He's been altering files, stealing supplies, communicating with them.
This is a massive security breach. I can't even begin to fathom the damage he's responsible for.
Like your hands are clean, Kandros? We all wanted the Krogan gone. I just made it easier. The exiles think I work for them, just like you think I work for you. That's what real politics looks like.
Right under our noses. God damn it, Spender!
The Krogan are gone. Spender forced their hand, and you let him do it.
Damn it. Damn it! Tan was on my ass about the Krogan so much, I let myself be blind to Spender.
You're getting a chance to fix this now.
Let's start with taking our side when my clan tries to negotiate a better deal with Tan. You need us, and frankly, we need you.
You're right. I'll back you up. We'll do it right this time.
So, what about him?
Kick him off the station. Let his friends out there deal with him.
What? No, you can't do that. They'll kill me.
Your pirate friends are the least of your worries. Thanks, Ryder. You have no idea how glad I am this business is settled.
Hi, Air Galaxy. You're back, I see.
Maintenance crews, please report to the
Woo! We kicked Spender off the ship. That felt good. I'm just a bit disappointed that we didn't get to see him being spaced or something.
Maintenance crews, please report to the commons area.
Alright. So I didn't see what you played before, Air Galaxy. Did you play something Mass Effect-y as well?
Maintenance crews, please report to the commons area.
Okay, so I guess is there anything I want to do still? could go to the REMAF system. Don't know how long that is. We have another email from Drac. A resistance fighter on Vold. Okay, that's Vetra's loyalty mission, so that kind of sounds like we want to do that next. And PB. And let's see, Solarian. We found a bit of info on the Asari Ark on Elaaden. You were in the wrong chat. Oh no. I'm sure it was better than it was here. Given you know, you'd have to chat with me here. Turian encampment. Actually kind of tempted to do something like that. But I think let's do the museum trip with PB. I think that's a nice little finisher. Because I think that's a small quest on the planet
Fallout from the recent
on Aya, so that should be fun.
On the Nexus. Director Tan stresses that it's, quote, for your safety. This is HNS.
Wait, what did they say? Something for our safety? Let's take the ship and see if we can maybe do something.
Ryder, could we talk a moment?
Sure. Although I really meant to go back to Aya. Have a quick trip through a museum. I wonder what will happen with Spender. Like, will he show up somewhere on Kadara? Or does he get hurt or whatever? Do we find out what happens to him? I mean, I'm also a bit wondering, like, they were planning for this to be a new trilogy, you know? So I'm kind of wondering, I don't remember what happened, if anything happened with Spender that made it relevant, what decision we made. And it would be kind of interesting to see, you know, if there's any consequences that we can see. Like if we see him as the leader of a faction, or if they just went, he's gone now from this game, but we can bring him back next game, you know. I mean, the other Mass Effect games did that a little bit, so that would have been cool. So where do we have to go? The museum is back there, so we have to go all the way around the left. Hi. I'm the one finding the paths. Ah, we have more citizen messages. Why are you here? What impulse drove your people to cross the dark space? What have you come here for? Do you expect us to believe you're just explorers who want to live in peace? I think you fled something terrible. I think it might follow you here. That would be an interesting... That would actually be relevant to the sequels. I mean, we were fleeing the Reapers. It would be kind of interesting to hear something about that. Which one of your species actually controls this so-called initiative? Are you even different species, or just genetic constructs customized to fulfill different roles? Why do you all walk on two legs, like us? Is it so we'd accept you? What did you look like before you crossed dark space? That's a good question. Subject, keep off Haval. When I heard you were granted permission to land on Haval, I filed a complaint. When I heard you were granted permission to land on Haval, I filed a complaint with Governor Shai. That world is one of our most sacred places, and it is not for outsiders. Even the Ket keep their distance because they know we'll fight to the death to protect it. Anyone who defiles Haval will face consequences. Subject, share your gifts. You build ships to travel across dark space. Show us how to make them and let us retrace your path. There are no Ket where you came from. We have a generation facing extinction, but you could help us go where the enemy won't follow. We've suffered enough. Give us hope for a better life. I haven't really decided what to do here because I don't remember. Like, I think I accidentally edited something once that I didn't really mean. And so it would be some kind of tempted. What was that beep beep? Huh. Oh, there's a fast travel station. Didn't even know we had those here. Or rather, I'd already forgotten.
It would be wise to speak with me before engaging in... I never thought I'd see the Moshae again, least of all thanks to you. Welcome to the marketplace. I am Arbiter Renav. I enforce correct contact between merchants and customers, resolving any disputes. As the first outsider to enter the city, you are ignorant of our laws. We should change that.
Who decides what happens to people who break the law?
It depends on the grievance. I settle minor offenses right here. More serious ones require a tribunal.
Where I'm from, the biggest trade law is don't cheat. Is it different here?
I suspect we define cheating differently. What is unfair changes based on perspective.
I don't want to cause any trouble. How do I learn your laws?
I'll transmit a full readout. Familiarize yourself with the contents. Personal responsibility is a core foundation of our society. We expect it from everyone.
Understood.
Please visit my colleagues in the Governor's office and the Resistance headquarters. They'll teach you about our culture and what it means to walk freely among us. Your understanding is critical. It would be unfortunate if you accidentally violated our laws.
What about if I intentionally did it? Just asking for, you know, theory. Ah, back there.
not be the correct term. More like enlightened spirit of cooperation. I appreciate your honesty.
Okay, that was cool. Xenobiologists talking about stuff. I wish I caught more of what he said about the Hanar in the start. Though we don't know much about the Remnant or its creators, we've determined the Remnant were present in Helios long before our people. The Remnant's purpose appears to be the same as the planetary vaults, to transform a world into a thriving, beautiful paradise. Before the arrival of Pathfinder Ryder in Revolution 826, modern attempts to interact with the Remnant had been unsuccessful, but we've been able to coexist with them peacefully here on Aya.
Getting acquainted with our new neighbors? Sort of. All this stuff. The Angara sure do have a rich culture and blah, blah, blah. You're sauced, aren't you? What's your poison?
I visited that cafe the Angara consider a bar. Asked for their hardest stuff. It was weird, which I like, but had almost no punch. Lightweight. Whoa.
Steady now?
That stuff must have a slow absorption rate. Whoops. Oh, Ryder. It's just... This museum reminds me of being on Haitiana during my indentured service as a student. They even have a whole section on the Remnant. I didn't come to Andromeda to follow in someone else's footsteps.
It didn't occur to you there'd be indigenous species here? Sentients with a rich history, leading full lives?
I guess.
Even so, the Angara barely have a foothold. Sure, they live among the ruins, but they haven't seen what we've already seen.
You might have a point there. Bet nobody here has ever outrun an ancient vault purification field, huh?
Nope.
Or spat in that Archon's ugly mug and lived to talk about it? That was nice work, by the way.
Thank you.
You're right. Not sure why, but ever since I packed up my apartment on the Nexus, something's crawled under my skin. But whatever it is, I promise, I'll get over it lickety-split.
Be sure you do. You're a handful, even sober.
It's true. By design. Makes people less likely to try to handle me.
Think I'll stay in your operation a little while longer.
Okay. So I guess we got some info from her. And we got an email. Though we know little about our pre-Scourge ancestors, evidence points to a grand multi-planet society with sophisticated technology. Many recent discoveries indicate our ancestors even traveled vast distance between systems. Though we have no way of knowing for sure, most scholars theorize our people's early success was due to the use of remnant technology. Huh. So what, Angara?
Thought I'd be building museums, not enjoying alien cultures.
I came to establish communities, not integrate with an advanced civilization. Life's funny.
Think the Angara were just being polite when they accepted our exhibit?
They're as curious about us as we are about them.
It was a lot to assemble on short notice. I hope they understand.
We did fine. Don't know about you, but I could spend the rest of my life here just learning.
What was that? Did someone just whisper? First contact with the cat varied among our homeworlds. While the cat sought to confuse Havarl with silence, they murdered the ambassador on Vold. They turned our worlds against each other, and took advantage of the confusion and chaos. It's important for us all to learn from this moment in history and to present a united front in the face of adversity. Oh, wow. Milky Way system exhibit. Located millions of light years across dark space, the Milky Way galaxy is the origin of our newest Helios residents. Though smaller and darker than Andromeda, the Milky Way is home not only to the species we've met, but also to countless sentient life forms. From the graceful Hanar to the powerful Elcor, dozens of unique species coexist, making the Milky Way a cultural and social melting pot. A few bottles, folders, Blasto's cereal, playing cards. Is that a gun or a blowtorch or something? Seems to be like a handle. Something sticking out of it. The other thing might be a radio or something. Soccer ball. That's the backpack from the multiplayer. Basically, you have to pick this thing up and find it and carry it to a location. I guess that's a coffee machine. Not sure what that big thing is. And that's an Andromeda Initiative helmet. Display stand. Oh, that's the Tempest. Hollow of the Tempest. In day 45 of Revolution 826, the ship known as the Tempest landed on Aya, and our people made first contact with sentient life from another galaxy. A human called Pathfinder Ryder. Does that count as first contact? I mean, we've had the Exiles, right? And the Angara met them.
We got word from Elaaden.
Good news?
Well, we got another remnant piece.
But nothing Angaran. Pay them for their effort. It's not their fault.
That's interesting. They seem to be having trouble finding old Angaran things. This fragment is from a wall of the governor's public residence on Vold, which was destroyed by cat bombardment during the initial invasion. The governor, all staff, and most of her immediate family were all killed in the blast. When Vold stands liberated, this relic will form the cornerstone of a monument to those who gave their lives defending our home.
Oh, it's you. I watched you land.
Hope you're not calling me it anymore.
You heard that. I apologize. I was ignorant.
What's your job around here?
Aelin and I help Avela with her studies. I specialize in restoration.
So you make relics look new.
New as I can. I'm not a miracle worker, no matter what Avela says. She'll praise Ellen and I to anyone who will listen. Never had a supervisor like that before.
I'll leave you to it.
It's a bit weird that the background sounds were so much stronger.
Good to see you again.
See that as soon as we start a conversation, the background sounds come in, but we don't have them when we're walking around.
This is quite a place.
It feels like home to me. Sometimes I think I should move in here. But it's got a long way to go. Someday we'll fill it with relics of the past, each one telling a story. And the people will come here to learn. And to remember.
You'll get there.
With enough hard work, yes.
Is it normal for someone as young as you to be in charge?
I'm no younger than you. And you're a Pathfinder.
I kinda inherited the job.
So did I. I was apprenticed to the former curator. It was my job to bring him artifacts from other worlds. When he retired, I sort of fell into his position.
Do you miss relic hunting?
Some days, but mostly I'm happy to spend more time with each piece.
Have you always been into history?
Oh yes. When I was young, I would dig up shells and pretend they were ancient armor pieces. I've always had a big imagination. With only 14 siblings, I got lonely sometimes.
14? That's insane.
Why? How many do you have?
Just the one.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
Oh, hi, Ronnie. How's it going? I'm kind of just wrapping up here, but we still have a little bit of conversations going. We're at a museum, so it's really exciting and, you know, action-loaded right now. But how's it going? Let's give Ronnie a shout-out. Some of you might remember her. We've sometimes raided her after stream. I guess we can't do that today. And I guess I missed more Spider-Man. I hope it went well. I hope you didn't get roped up in your webs. And I think we have Rav here as well, who does music a lot. Well, Ronnie does music as well, so, but, you know, Rav does music as well. So, Raven, so we can shout you out. Sadly, my shout out is slightly broken, so you don't get the Steam, the Twitch shout out automatically anymore. It just prints your name. I had to do that manually. And thank you for the follow, Raven. Can only apologize, but I'm not following you. I'm sure I was, though. Well, Twitch be twitchy sometimes. So yeah, we're just going through a museum and learning about things that happened here to the aliens. So, yeah.
Any insight you can give me on the remnant tech?
We don't know much. To our understanding, it's always been here. Stars. I would love to be the one to solve that mystery.
I should get moving.
Come back soon.
Okay, that was a short conversation. You almost got all the pigeons. I loathe the pigeons. I never finished them. I just went like, okay, screw it. I did like a few and then just went like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. It was so frustrating to try to get after them. You put the spider juice over the whole of New York. Ooh.
Oh my, how lewd.
Something like that. Yeah. Oh, it actually says here. Yeah, Spider-Man Remastered. Why didn't I see that in the previous shout-out? Oh, Mass Effect 3 it actually said it. Okay. Interesting. What did Raven play? Music. Yep, that sounds about right. Spider-Man webs to catch pigeons. Sort of, yeah. You need to leave post... yeah, sure. Get something to drink, go pee. Do whatever you need to do after stream. I have to say, I might not be there anymore for long, but thank you for leaving your folks here until then. And I'll try to find a good place to hand them on to if needed. I was just going and saying, hey, this is a short little quest to end on with this museum. I guess we can go do a quick run back. They actually have an exhibit on us humans as well. As you can see, it has coffee machines and backpacks and soccer balls and playing cards and cereal boxes and file folders, and I think some booze. Gin? What's this? Can we read it? Relay brandy. There's brandy branded. Oh, brandy branded. After the Mass Effect relays, the way you travel through interstellar space here. Pink marble gin. I mean, little blue marble is what I think Carl Sagan called the Earth. So I guess pink marble gin could be something like, I don't know, from some alien species. The others don't seem to have writing on it. You want such a museum for VR? You mean like you want to be able to walk through this in VR? Or you mean you want a museum about VR? Located millions of light years across dark space, the Milky Way galaxy is the origin of our newest Helios residents. Though smaller and darker than Andromeda, the Milky Way is home not only to the species we've met, but also to countless sentient life forms. From the graceful Hanar to the powerful Elcor, dozens of unique species coexist, making the Milky Way a cultural and social melting pot. First contact with the cat varied among our homeworlds. While the cat sought to confuse Havarl with silence, they murdered the ambassador on Vold. They turned our worlds against each other and took advantage of the confusion and chaos. It's important for us to learn from this moment in history and to present a united front in the face of adversity. There's some nice things you can learn here. You want to walk through museums in VR and see different cultures and their cereal boxes. Yeah, that would be kind of nice. Also would be less dizziness inducing than trying to actually play games. What's this? Until recently we knew this was a cat tool but didn't understand its purpose. Scholars have recently determined it's used in the exaltation of our people. Though it may be difficult to look at, it's important we learn and understand exaltation to protect ourselves and our loved ones. Ooh. Oh, there's nothing here. There are some digital tours available for some museums, maybe not entirely VR. Yeah, like they had like panoramic things sometimes. Also, it's worth looking. There's some places where, like on Google Maps, if you do the Street View thing, well, not if you do the Street View thing, but like if you go to a map, there is like Street View, but for the inside of some buildings. And so, you can actually build, you can actually go through certain buildings and explore them. And I'm sure there's a few museums that did that as well. Saw some 3D spherical projections. This dagger dates back nearly 4 centuries to the time just after the Scourge appeared. Faced with a technological dark age, our ancient ancestors learned to fight and hunt without the use of advanced weaponry. Oh, what's this? Mother, you wouldn't believe all that's happened since Pathfinder Ryder landed on Aya. I'm sure you know about the Moshai's rescue, but I suspect you've only heard the official version. Ephra and his resistance like to claim credit for bringing her home, but I know for a fact they never could have accomplished it without the Pathfinder. People fear these new aliens. People fear these new aliens will turn out to be like the Ket. Don't listen to them. I feel in my spirit they've come to help. And you know I'm always right about these things. I wish you could see some of the interesting relics we found on Havarl and elsewhere. I'll bring images next time I visit. Also, I'm not seeing Atu anymore. It was nothing particular that ended things. We're just too different. Don't worry, my work still brings me all the happiness I need. Avela. I think that's our hint that she is a romance option in the game, I think. And Google Earth also exists in VR. It's cool, like grabbing a planet and zooming in on places. Yeah. Yeah, that's why GeoGuessr is so cool as a game. Because you can just, like, if you don't know how that goes, they basically drop you in a location on Google Maps. You don't know where it is, and you can just look around and walk forward and backward and things like that. And I have some insects here. I think I should have closed my window. Anyway. But yeah, and so in GeoGuessr you're then supposed to click on a map at a location where you think that you are, judging from, you know, what you've seen in the Street View. And it's a really cool game idea. Remnant device. While we can't know for certain, theories about this remnant device suggest its function may be to convert rock and sand into nutrient-rich soil. Okay.
I've heard so much about you. Is it true you entered a vault on Eos?
Sure is.
Amazing. I would have liked to see that.
I meant to talk to the device, not to you.
Are you a relic hunter like Avela?
Actually, I started as an engineer. The Moshai requested my help cracking encryption on a remnant ship she found. Eventually, that led me to the repository. I've been handling data encryption here ever since.
I take it you help run this place.
Nalan and I are Avela's assistants. It's been strange getting used to that.
Why?
Avela's much younger than the previous curator. She has a lot more energy. Sometimes I have to remind her to take a break. She's too passionate for her own good.
I'll let you get back to it.
Okay. This pottery fragment is believed to be a ceremonial decoration from the ancient temples of Havarl. Okay. That's kind of nice. Okay. So I guess we've looked... Oh no, we haven't looked at this yet. Excavation from Havarl. Archaeologists on Havarl recently discovered what they believe are pieces from the oldest structures yet found on the planet. These fragments were literally uprooted by mutating vegetation rising from an underground cavern. Though the exact cultural nature of this find remains unknown, teams of researchers have recently established a permanent dig site to search for more clues. Cool. Okay, so I guess we've done the quest here. I'm thinking maybe I can find a small quest that might involve a little bit of shooty-shooties or something. So that at least you don't get the impression... Wait, did we pick up the messages here already? Oh, okay. I guess there's different messages. Elgar and Jace families joined. Members of the Elgar and Jace bloodlines have announced they are joining. The union has occurred because of marriage between sons from each family. The families express great happiness at this joining and are consulting on an inclusive name for their newly extended bloodlines. Nexus delivers gifts to Aya. The Nexus ambassador has announced the delivery of 2 gifts to Aya. The first is a cultural and historical exhibit of the artifacts from the Milky Way galaxy. That's what we just looked at with the soccer ball. The second gift is one of the Omni-tool devices used by the Pathfinder, which we have been encouraged to develop for our own use. Severe weather reminder. So that's basically like their smartphone, I guess. The governor's office reminds Aya's citizens and visitors that we're entering the cycle each year when weather patterns become unpredictable. Take precautions against the possibility of sudden and severe storms. Well, people voted against it for privacy reasons, I think. I was so shocked that Street View doesn't work in Germany. No, it does work. It's the difference is that you have the right to request that your building not be shown. So there's a bunch of buildings where there's a little blurriness in front of them, like they're blurred out, like they do already with you know, like when there's a person on the street, like the faces get blurred out. But we do have Street View. You couldn't drop your little guy in. That.
Oh my, how lewd!
Reports continue of hostile activity by scavengers and raiders throughout the Elaaden system sector. All spacecraft are advised to avoid traveling via established routes, as these seem to be well known to the attackers. Please contact the port captain for updated safe nav points through the Scourge. As an additional precaution, do not share your travel itinerary or nav point route with anyone who doesn't need to know, for your protection and theirs. You're sorry. Ooh, what's that? Split sea falling. I'm kind of getting almost hiccups right now. Weird. Oh, who are you? You have a name.
Not now. I'm calculating the antioxidant content of this irrigation system.
Okay. I think I might be slightly lost. Oh, hi, Drag.
Helping the Moshai opened a lot of doors around here. Most Angara still keep their distance, though.
Imagine seeing a Krogan for the first time?
Maybe if I smile more, show my teeth.
Something tells me that won't help.
Okay. Hello, where's the way back? Hello. I think that's the market, so that's a good direction, I think. And I miss my rocket boots. It's an astronaut that drops. I got a gift sub. Yeah, I got actually a close-up because the OBS has what's it called? I think Frankerface or something installed. Someone over there to take a quest from. I guess we'll do that. Oh, Turian.
Honor to meet you, Pathfinder. Initiative Pilot Marixus. I run supplies to your outposts.
What brings you to Aya?
Your survival supplies only Aya has. I'm waiting on clearance to enter the city, but it's taking too long. I understand their caution, but the outposts need these supplies. I have to get them, now.
They let me into the city. I can help.
I appreciate that. To start, EOS needs a way to produce food to support population growth. They've requested quinoa seeds to begin their own crops. There's an agricultural scientist who might sell some.
I'll make sure to get those seeds.
I guess that was the guy, the named guy we saw. Let's just go back to that one. And also, can we scan? No. Okay, so that quest, I guess, doesn't extend to here. So let's go back and see if we can find this guy. And then not get lost on our way back. Someone else.
Weird question. You don't have any Kiloa seeds, do you?
Yes, I do. Need some?
Enough seeds to produce a large crop of fruit-bearing Quiloa plants. Alright. Thank you. I swear, if he makes me run back and forth for every item, I'm gonna cancel this mission right away. I'll not cancel, but just do something else instead. Alright, let's see.
I found Kiloa seeds for Eos. Is this enough?
It's perfect. I'll make sure Eos gets them.
Yay. Oh, okay, that gives us more points for Eos. Nice. Oh, we can unfreeze more people now. Okay. So I guess that's nice. So let's see if I can find one last quest. After I said, yeah, this will be our little last quest. Let's see what else we can do. Alright, let's see. Journal. Allies. That's all 2 main questy. I guess we could try to find more stuff on the Asari Ark. But that kind of sounds like it might be a bit of searching. So, PB. Also emails from her. Ah, let's try that. Okay, that looks good.
PB said she wanted to talk to you.
I like this progression. After each quest you have a new farm here or new settlers there. Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's definitely part of the charm of this game. Hey, I've got a new Remnant project in the works. It's gonna be big. Come say hi in my room on the Tempest, will ya? And Drake, hey kid, now that we've got the transport back... Oh yeah, right, Krala Song Kadara Port. I'll maybe do that. That kind of sounds like it might be better, but let's do this one.
Pock, Pock, Pock. You're gonna be the gateway to so many great things, my friend.
Hey there. You named her Pock?
Yep. Proof of concept. To distinguish her from Zap, your souped-up, nasty combat version.
Zap? That the best you can come up with?
I call myself PB, Ryder. What do you want from me? The storage box from the vault on Eos was the key to everything, including integrating that piece of REM tech you got me. But our new observer friends are just the beginning. I'm working on something even bigger.
Sure, why stop and smell the roses? Getting Remnant technology to work is so passé.
I'm not one to rest on my laurels. So get this. We can only scan for Remnant signatures we've already encountered. My scanner's doing that around the clock. But if I integrate the right REM tech, We could scour the cluster for any remnant signature, even ones we don't have. My scanner would literally become a remnant mystery detector.
What would we be looking for?
That's the point. We don't know what all is out there, so we don't know even what to look for. I came to Andromeda to touch the unknown, to find the never-before-found. Once I perfect this scanner, it'll do exactly that. All I need is 3 specific pieces of Remtech.
We can do that.
You rock. Pock and Zap think so too. So far, I've located the first piece. It's back on EOS. I'll upload the coordinates.
Wait, I did read the email. I guess I didn't click it hard enough or something. Let's see, is it still there? No. Pock. I have to say, feeling pretty good about myself. Pock is the first thing I've made that I doubt I'll get tired of. And that's saying a ton, believe me. Someday, when we've got this Remtech all figured out, Pock's gonna blow people's minds. Not sure why I decided to write this to you. Strange impulse, that. I'll have to noodle on it a bit. PB. Okay. I'm thinking there wasn't there the worm quest? That might be a fun little thing. Pathfinder AI cultivation. Research college, collect messages. Oh, the market terminal is still missing. Remnant data cores. Get beer from bootleggers in Kadara. Andromeda Initiative Embassy on Aya. We haven't done that. Oh, that's the... Okay, let's see. I think Elaaden, Flophouse. Don't really know how to find these. Well, I guess if we investigate a scavenger camp, that'll probably give us something to shoot at. So let's go for that for now. But yeah, it's I generally think this, you know, this turned out a pretty good game, despite, you know, them developing the wrong game for several years and then having to scramble to build this one in 2 years. And I think the general, all the things they did here are totally fine, good. You know, so I hope that they take a lot of the things they did here and use them for the next game as well, because they are planning now to make a next Mass Effect game. So far they've announced that
we're on course.
That they're looking to finish the next Dragon Age game first, and then they'll start work on this one, on like a Mass Effect, I guess 5. And we don't know, it sounds like they're at least bringing together... It seems like they might be bringing together Andromeda and the trilogy a bit for that. Let's see. Do we have... Alright, we only have this one. That gives us more shields and less health, which I don't think is good for me. I have Draken Vetra, that sounds good as well. I could get different colors. This one is actually pretty cool. I think I'll equip that. Let's see. These transition movies are really nice, actually. I mean, they're, you know, probably glorified loading screens to a degree, but you know, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice, nonetheless. Okay. Let's quickly get undercover and then to the car. Really? It's hot. I wouldn't have thought.
I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
Really? Wow. Oh wait, I think it's on the other side, isn't it?
Nice gun. Where'd you get it?
Over there, yeah. Okay. Fahr schon mal den Wagen vor, Harry. Okay, there's the car. Ah, looks fancy. And now want to go back there. Okay, what's these? Could go to the flop house. I guess we can go here to cut short the driving a little bit. Does look nice. It's nothing like it, but it takes me back to Anarchy.
Maybe we wouldn't have grown up to be so difficult.
Difficult's good, Vetra. You took what you had and made it yours. That's all any of us can hope for.
If only you'd raised us, old man.
Haha, you would have turned out so much worse. Maybe a better shot, though.
I never played Anarchy Online. I guess that was an MMO or something. What was that? Sounded like there was shooty enemies landing or something. And which way around do I ideally go? I think left will be better, actually. It's really pretty, and the car drives really nicely. It's there's a car in the original Mass Effect trilogy, and it's really frustrating because they tried to simulate zero-G.
Pathfinder,
and it just
I detect scavenger constructs ahead.
Wildly bounces around.
I detect above normal temperatures. Automated protocols
Okay.
activated. Deploying forward station.
Fast travel point unlocked.
Mining zones have been added to your nav system, Pathfinder. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Are you worried about your colony?
Of course, who isn't worried out here?
You don't act like it.
You learn not to show it.
Okay. Not sure what we're supposed to do with these. This is just a location for scanning. This extractor is in need of multiple repairs and maintenance checks. Okay. Multi-purpose generator. Constructed and used throughout Helios to power a variety of systems and devices. Destroying it will disable its dependent devices and discontinue power flow to the systems. Serves. Okay.
Hey, it's a data
Stumbled on a small roaming gang today. Mentioned they were headed to watch Little Mouse work his magic. Said he's the chosen one to lead us all to glory. That if you give him a gift, he protects you from the heat. You can bet I took note of that. This little mouse has a tidy pile of goodies in his camp. Think I'll follow these bunch of idiots and see how this plays out.
This sounds like trouble already.
Okay, I guess we can turn it off. I guess we can investigate a scavenger camp if we want to. But I think we actually...
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Okay, I see. Ah, that looks good. That looks even better. Let's see how high we can get it. Oh, that's about it. Sorry. Did I drive over you a second time? I'm sorry. I must have not noticed. Okay, let's try to get up to the mission we actually wanted to do after picking one up.
The ambient temperature is normal. Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits.
Oh, I'm not sure I can drive all the way up there. It says... This looks like they're giving me an invisible wall again. Not thinking I can go there. So let's go back down and around, I guess.
I detect above normal temperatures.
Really?
We need to get out of this heat zone.
I detect above normal temperatures.
Oh. That looks kind of nice.
I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
Yes, I know. I can see light and shadow.
We need to get out of this heat zone.
So this is where the worst of the worst gather.
Elaaden will never be a safe place to settle unless they're gone.
Then let's get them.
Well, I guess I didn't... Whoops. Wrong button. Didn't really plan to do the flophouse today. But I guess that's one shooty thing we can do.
This place is a den of scum. Keep your eyes open.
You ever hear the saying, honor among thieves?
Yeah, but I don't believe everything I hear.
I don't think we'll last much longer in this.
What? Nope. Ah, that was close.
Disable the alarm before it attracts reinforcements, Pathfinder.
Alarm. Anyone know where the alarm is?
Disabling the alarm will call off reinforcements.
Okay.
Oh, gotta do something, kid. Can't let these scavengers murder those people.
We should get to that site as soon as we can.
Okay. Hide a little until our shields are good again. There's something to scan here. Security console. Translation is incomplete, but this console is requesting reinforcements. Simple interaction would deactivate the base. I think we did that. Good. Oh, that's a friend?
Yeah, still hot.
Okay, finally got that sniper.
Heat levels increasing.
Okay.
Nice work.
Did we get them all?
Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits. Life support is back online. Life support at 100%.
Okay. Oh, hello. Doesn't sound good.
These constructions are ours. I think this is one of our failed mining outposts.
Okay. I think we're managing to melt them. Whoop. Pretty well.
I'm just saying, there's too much remnant here. Feel like I'm always being watched. They're just hunks of metal. I think there's something controlling them. Something out there watching and waiting.
Okay, you've been out in the sun too long, buddy.
Don't know where these guys are that we just heard. for the shields to come back. Okay. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Didn't see they had a Hydra there. That's not fun. And a sniper. Okay, I think we got the Hydra. And one sharpshooter. Not much health. Luckily we can get that over here. Alright.
Locked. Must have barricaded themselves in. But now,
If we can find a security terminal, I may be able to attempt to bypass the locks remotely. Incoming shuttle, Pathfinder.
I'm stuck. No. Ah. Nope. That didn't go well. One of the first MMORPG before war. Wow, okay. Oh. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think I ever played that.
I detect above normal temperatures.
Really? You respawned me here? Well... Fusarodar. Oh, wrong game. Guess we'll have to do this
I'm reading
again.
normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
So this is where the worst of the worst gather.
Elaaden will never be a safe place to settle unless they're gone.
Then let's get them.
Alright, let's save here. So that hopefully... Wait, can we maybe drive in? Probably not. Okay.
Life support is back online. Heat levels.
Heard stories about this place. Better keep our heads down.
You ever hear the saying, honor among thieves?
Yeah, an honorable knife in the back is still a knife.
I think we got this.
We should be coming up on the flop house.
No, we didn't. Quieter, but then stealth isn't anything in this game.
more
We need to
temperature
get out of
range,
this heat
Pathfinder.
zone.
We are.
Life support restored.
Again.
Yeah, still up.
Pathfinder, reinforcements will arrive soon.
Alright, I think this might be a little too much for at the end of the stream today. So I think this might be where we pick someone to raid, and then we can continue this next week when we're fresh. So yeah, let's see. Give me a second. But yeah, at least you got, for those of you who haven't played this game yet, you might have gotten to see a little of Mass Effect Andromeda. The combat is really fun, and the driving as well. Let's see. So the thing is, it's late enough. Let's keep it Mass Effect and raid Fem Army Wet, who is playing, I think it's Mass Effect 3? 2? I think it's 2. Alright. Oh, that wasn't the correct username. So let me check that again. Probably some number. Yeah. Alright. Thank you for being here. I hope you'll come along for the raid and say hi. Maybe follow if you think the stream is interesting. And yeah, hopefully see some of you again next week, or in Ronnie's, or maybe in Ralph's streams. Thanks for the stream. Hope you have a nice week, and you too. Yeah, same to you. All the best for the next week, and we'll be back at 5 p.m. Central European Summer Time, or 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. On next Sunday. So hopefully see you again then. And yeah, come along. Bye bye.